Good morning. I want to share with you my creating room that I like to sit out and do all my crafting in, my sewing. This is my little happy place. This is the desk I sit at when I do my lives. It's actually two filing cabinets, big filing cabinets that my husband and I made into one single desk with a divider in between. And underneath there you can see my fabric strips that I use for my bow making, garland, whatever, and then some little tools in those other totes. And then in between, that little desk raises up so I can keep things in it. But each side has really big drawers to hold my crafting supplies and easy to reach. I'm not finished with the desk, as you can see. I've done some little designs on the front drawers, but I'm still not finished with them. Once I'm done, I will post that. But I love this little desk. It's enough room for me to be able to sit and create at and just relax. And I've got good views out my windows, so it really helps. That's my paint little roller cart, and then the dresser. I painted that years ago. It was from a yard sale for 25 bucks, I believe. And I just want to put some legs on it to raise it up off the ground. But it holds a lot of my supplies too. But I like it. And there's my ribbon board that my husband made me to hold all my ribbons. And do I have plenty? I don't think I need any more. And there's my fake flowers. I was at Home Depot the other day and they had these ones right here and this one for $6.98. And I thought, how cool is that? So those would be great for making things with. My quilting books, patterns, and my napkins up there in that basket. This is fabric that I bought for my daughter-in-law's table runners that she's been requesting, so I'm going to get those finished up for her. So she's from Hawaii, and that hibiscus plant would be pretty for her. She's originally from there. They live in Alabama. Some more little wood pieces and stuff. Oh, this is my terracotta stuff that I paint with, and then in that bag there is all my canning lids, the rusted ones, and then this is all my little wood pieces and stuff and little totes that I got. All these little tote containers at Dollar Tree, and it makes it nice because you have everything organized and in their place. And then this cabinet has painting books down there, and then some more products to use for my lives or whatever I need to make. And so I've got lots, but I'm using them slowly but surely. I used to have a store, and I used to have a booth too, but I've had 2 stores and a couple booths before, so I have plenty of supplies. These are little quilt panels or mini quilts that I've made too, hanging there. And just got to finish those up. Some more of my papers and stencils, and this is the paper that I was trying to find the other day on my live, and I couldn't find it. But it is so cool. It's got some neat wood grain patterns in it, as you can see. Just gorgeous. And then this was the one I used. And I used this one on my ladder too. So I bend the paper when I get it in there, but I'll fix it. More stencils in there. And then down there is some sticks, my clay, water clay that I use, or paper clay that I use right there. And then some regular clay up there. And canning lids in there, some. And then sticks, dowels. And then these are the moss and the excelsior and the fake flowers and just things like that in there. On down below is the ribbon that I used on my bumblebee door hanger thing on his wings. Is that ribbon that you get from Dollar Tree. I got a bunch of that, and that one toad in the bottom. And then at the very bottom is a bunch of Christmas flannel pieces and different fabrics for Christmas time that some of them are already cut out to make things with. And that's the rest of our canning from last year. And I've got to get busy growing some more so that I can do some more canning this year. So from our orchard and from our garden. And each shelf above the windows has memorabilia for sewing and things like that. And that little rabbit doll I made for my mother-in-law years ago, and when she passed, I got to keep it. So it's a treasure to me. But she had it sitting by her sewing machine. And then the little dog was, whenever I was about 6 years old, my mom had that. And it had a tongue coming out, and it was a little holder for jelly or honey. And I've got the picture that shows that little doggy in there. But the tongue we couldn't find. Mom couldn't find it when she gave it to me. But it's a treasure now that she's gone, went to be with the Lord. I get that treasure. So you can see my napkins up there. And then here is my fabric wall. Let me back up and you will see what I'm talking about. This is like my mini Joanne fabric store. I did a lot of clothing for people. I did a lot of quilting, which I still do. But I did a lot for my granddaughters and sewed for them a lot. So a lot of these are fabrics that I even used for them. And some of them are flannel because I use those for my quilt backs so they don't slide off the bed as easy. And this quilt here in front of me was a Christmas quilt that a lady had done with a rug-like fabric and then a fleece-like fabric, and you could not bend it or use it. So I took it completely apart, and I'll be redoing that one for this Christmas. I'm sure her intentions were good to keep you warm. You can see some of the yardsticks, how I put them up there on the wall. Just got a lot of fabric, but I use it. It's nothing I don't use. I mean, there's been so many times that it's like, oh, I know what to do with that. So, and I've shared it out a lot too. So, and then over here is my little totes with my different colors of fabrics that I've labeled so that whenever I'm doing a quilt or I've got a good chunk of fabric that I don't want to throw out, I put them in here. And it's really come in handy because I do a lot of applique. There's some homespun. There's some vintage style fabrics. Some of them are really vintage and some aren't. But most of them are pretty old down there. And then this part, I was part of a quilting club, and you kept getting one every month. I had to finally quit. I got too much fabric, and I just can't keep up with that. And there's some more, and then some more. And then down the bottom, these little brown totes are holding my supplies and things like that I use. Crafting, scrapbooking. I love to scrapbook too. I just haven't done it in a long time. And these are little pedestals that I use in my crafting. Down here, everything's labeled. I've got rickrack, binding, binding, and then I've got trims and things like that, lace, tulle, all that kind of stuff, sewing notions, all kinds of stuff down there. A lot of this was gifted to me too from a friend that I did his yard sale for him, and his wife had passed away, and she had all this sewing stuff. These are the cabinets that I referred to. It was a burnout house. She had smoke damage. She didn't want them. So Wendell brought them home. I cleaned them all up. He put this together. It's got 4 large wheels, and I can roll it around anywhere in the room. And then this hardtop counter, and it makes it nice. Under here is all my flannel and fleece and batting, upholstery fabric, because I do upholstery once in a while. And then under here in this cabinet is my flannel and some delicate lace fabric too. So got that. Back here is my sewing notions that I use for quilting. My cutters or rulers, and my cutters go in the drawer underneath the front. And that's the chair I got for $5. I'm going to be restoring that. There's some IOD and Prima rub-on transfers that I order. And this is my sewing area. I've got my cover stitch right there. All my threads on the wall at easy access. My little ironing table that I made, so that I've got that. Underneath is the felt board, and then down there is my paints, because we have freezing temperatures here, and I don't want to leave mine out in the shop so that they don't freeze up. Plus, I use them quite a bit. They're chalk paints down there and spray paints. And then I just have that little ironing table. I have a big one. Oh, my little, my cover for my sewing machine got hit, I guess. I need to redo it, or do the top of it, because it got smashed one time, and it was like, it was hard to get it back out. So I'll have to fix that. But I made that years ago. I just seen an idea on Pinterest and made up my own pattern. That's the view I get out my window. It's so pretty out there. I watch it snow, I watch it rain, I watch the sunshine. There's kind of a hill road right there, and I can see who comes down it and stuff, and it's just fun and I love watching the birds and listening to them. In the summertime, I have that open, and it sounds so beautiful. There's a little ladder back there. You can see it. This is my embroidery machine, and that's the work it did right there. The designer Ruby did the design right there on that. All that I did and made that cover. I got the pattern off of Etsy. So if you're interested and you have one, let me know, and I'll send you the pattern. Or not the pattern, but the lady that sells them. That's the little ladder back there that I made. You've seen that in the little book, Time to Sew. And so I put it back there in the corner for now. And then all my plants, of course. It's the first time I've been able to grow a, what do you call it, right here, the Christmas cactus. And that thing is blooming now, which is crazy. It's not even Christmas. But it's growing good. There's one of the water bottles that I made. And in this picture here was a green border, and I love the napkin that Stephanie from Honey Bear and Creates sent me, so I bordered it with that, and it turned out so pretty. I love those colors with that. These little cards I got in Sisters, Oregon, this one, and in a minute you'll see my next one. Right there. I bought them in Sisters, Oregon. They were gift cards or greeting cards. And I bought them and I framed them. But I love that napkin that Stephanie sent in part of her Happy Mail that she sent me. I did a picture of it, of what she sent. It was just awesome what she sent. And this here is the shelf. That right there is a prayer journal with the lavender wands in it that Jackie, my friend, made me. She does scrapbooking. And those little flowers on it and everything. It's just gorgeous inside. I've had it sitting up there for a long time. She gave that to me years ago, and it just means so much to me. And it probably needs dusting, but it's up there. And these are some little sewing things, excuse me, that I had, that I put up there. My mother-in-law owned that little sewing machine there with the wood cabinet. And so anyways, I put that up there. All the pictures you see, most of them, are off of the internet. I used to do the rodeo, and that was their appreciation award to me. I would do their sashes. And then clock I did. There's another one I got off the internet. I just got pictures off the internet and framed them for my pictures. And then that way I wasn't paying a lot of money for store-bought ones. And I'm not selling them or anything. I don't own the rights to them, but I just wanted to have them in my room, and I thought they were beautiful. And here's some more of those cabinets, as you can see. Bottom one is all my buttons. The middle one is my zippers and just different things I've got. Beads, everything in there, stored in there. And then I got these plastic totes, which I'm not crazy about, but hey, they're there. And my husband made that wood shelf so that my sewing machine would sit upright against the wood. And then he did an awesome job on this. You know, there's all my other wood products and stuff that I use too. Eventually, I want to get shelves or something that instead of the plastic. That tote right there, all those bobbins in there, that's the embroidery thread. And it's over $700 worth. I priced them out, and I paid $30 at a yard sale for them. And that was amazing. That chair, I don't know if it'll show it, but that's one of the chairs I upholstered. I've done a lot of upholstery, but this one I did for when our office was outside in the living room, and it's a wood or a cabin theme. There's my tripod. Look at my homemade tripod design for my videotaping. It works. So this is all scrapbooking stuff that I've done. And I have all my supplies in there. And this is my tissue paper that I print off of my computer. And I keep them up there if I haven't used them right away. And I do them on paper too, but I like them on that tissue paper. And it's just nice. There's some extra pieces of the scrapbooking paper and just different things. I want to use that rooster in something, and I haven't decided yet what I want to use it in. So anyways, but that's where I keep that. And there's the, well, it just went too fast. Sorry about that. That's my printer. And let's see, I did all my light switches like that with the era of the theme of sewing. And then that's a prayer that I wrote to my husband for creating this room for me. I did the drywall, so I'm pretty happy about that. But Jackie's husband, Troy, did the beautiful roof too, ceiling for us. This is the little guy designed her tops and sewed those for her. And she was beautiful, beautiful queen. But yeah, those are the tops that I designed and created for her. And she sent me these pictures and just treasure them still. They hang in my sewing room and just makes me smile because that was fun to do. And let's see, what else do I have to show you? Let's see. Oh, that's my Happy Meal mail that I got from Therese. And so I'll be doing a video on that real quick. And there's my air conditioner. My bulletin board. Ribbon board. And I'll get back here and let you see the whole pan of the room. There you go. And those are the big lights. And that one center light by the little light sticking down, that's the one that gives me a problem on the desk because my desktop is white. So I brought that pink thing out. Hopefully that'll help today and on my live today. But I'm about to take my Bible out and go have some Bible time with Jesus. And so I'll be praying for you guys, and I hope you have an awesome, awesome day. Love you all very much. And oh yeah, this is right here. Almost forgot. These are the little mini sewing machines that I got at a antique store for a quilt store that went out of business. And that was my husband's Aunt Jessie's sewing machine there. And so I tried to match the pictures behind them to go with the little girls that I found on the web that are sewing with those kind of machines. So it's pretty cool, you know. My daughter sent me those books, Easy. McCall's patterns, they're actual journal books. And I just treasure those. And there's that little girl, she's sewing. But yeah, I love my little sewing room. That ruler thing is a hemmer when you hem your dresses. It was a marker for that. And then the blue thing is a tie, suit, and shirt. And you rotate that little black button and it tells you what colors you should pick for your tie, shirt, and suit. It's pretty cool. I've had that forever. That's from the 40s. And then the little boxing gloves are in honor of my niece who has been battling HER2 breast cancer. Many years ago she was diagnosed, but she is one tough cookie. Those boxing gloves fit her, I'll tell you. She's amazing. And let's see. My daughter got me that card that says, "Told you so." So, but you see all the pictures. They're off of the web, like I said, and I just framed them. And cheap way to do it. There's my not Mardi Gras beads. I got those somewhere for 4th of July here. And everybody says, "Oh, you went to Mardi Gras." No, I didn't. Not in New Orleans for that. And these little silhouettes I got off the web, and I thought they were so cute, so I framed those. And some of you might have seen a little snippet of that, those hanging, what do you call it, measuring tapes. One of them is an actual, the yellow one is a cow measuring tape for when a cow is pregnant. I've had that for years. And there's all my yardsticks that I've been collecting over the years, probably about 20 years now. And everywhere we went, when we used to work camp, my husband and I used to manage campgrounds. We'd travel around. I would pick them up from there. I'd pick them up from yard sales, anywhere, just to have them. And we ended up using them this way. And I still got a couple right there. But I think it looks pretty cool like that. And it's kind of neat. It's kind of memorabilia when you look at it. It's like, oh, I know, I've been there. Zion's Bank is in Utah, and yeah, it's that's where we worked actually. So, Utah and Colorado a lot. So, I thank you for joining me, and thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have an awesome day, and say something nice to somebody. Bye now.